Hello everybody, this is Mariusz Montag and tips on violin playing for Nadia and All. And today I'd like to talk about something that is important in the bow arm, and you can, actually be using all the time this, but to be aware of something that it's important and can also change quality of your playing. So I remember my first teacher, Stanislav Heiser. He was really a demanding teacher, and he also was pointing out to something that, for example, when you starting a sound, how we starting a sound? In a way, there are two ways. One is like you put the bow and you're starting from the bow that is actually already on the string, and this has this kind of click, kick. So so if you put it too much pressure, you have like this. And you can read in books of Galaman, for example, or Dr. Delay, that if some students were coming to them, they had this click at the beginning of the sound. So they were not aware of that. So many people are really not aware that they are doing something that is, let's say, not suitable all the time. For example, if you have an accent, yes, this is important to have this click. But sometimes you need in the music a kind of very good, very gentle way of starting the bow. So in a way, you can also start the bow from the movement. Also, when you're starting like this, for example, you're playing a string quartet or in a string orchestra, like you're a concertmaster, you can give this kind of round movement to people that they know that they have to start. Or with the pianist, pianists, they don't know where you are starting, so it's kind of you need to show them when you start. And also the music, by itself, you get this round movement. So when you are, be aware of the beginning of the note. So the note has like the beginning, the middle, and the end. So when you're starting here, the middle is here, and then also how you finishing. Or you finishing staying on the note, staying so you kind of blocking also the resonance of the string, or you're starting kind of gently taking away the weight, and then doing this kind of movement also around here on the right hand. So you can try this also on a kreutzer. We're talking about the kreutzer. So there's also one exercise that that Professor Heiser taught me, and my colleagues as well. So, for example, this one. So this exercise is very useful for getting this kind of movement. Kind of the opposite. So you're doing in a way the opposite way what you would usually do, and then actually it's much easier to do it this way. So really listen to the sound you're making, because we are actually working with our ears, not with our hands. Of course, but the brain is our, let's say, master, the chief, of command. Of course, I'm not talking about the nervous system, but in a way, it's our ears that tells us what we should do or what we should not do. So that's why it's so important to listen a lot of music around you. Go to concerts, listen to your colleagues, go to their classes, be interested, listening. I was like going. Today's, this time of the year is spring here in Poland, so I went to a forest, and then the birds are singing such beautiful songs, all around you. Especially there was a stream, with and then birds were just going nuts, with all this their songs. So we need to be able to really listen very carefully to our sound and to judge if you like it or not. So it's always like, oh, I like it, I can do it more like this, or don't like it, I can do it something else. So this is something to truly pay attention to that. You really have to listen to what you do, and then everything else kind of goes into that. Because we are working in a sound, right? It's invisible; we don't see it, but there are waves, and then actually our ears are able to absorb that. And because of the the evolutional of the evolution, actually the sense of hearing comes from the sense of touch. And the that's what I've read, that the fish was the first one who actually developed certain fish developed sense of hearing. It was like 300 million years ago, and it gave some advantages to the fish. It was able to see, to hear, in the water, some the predators or their friends, and some mates. So it was important to actually to, and then all the other animals going to follow the suit. So we all have a sense of hearing now. And then that's why, for example, you say, okay, this music has touched me, because this is from the sense of hearing. Even in the fetus, in the when the womb, we're all in our mother's womb. So the sense of hearing comes from the the whole ear inside comes from the little skin. So actually it is part of the skin in a way. So it's also, that's why we need to feel how we play, and we kind of, I'm so touched by this music. Oh, I was in tears. There's always emotional involvement. So coming back, just resetting this. So really be aware of the little sounds, and also practice in a way in the silence. So because we know very often when you go to, let's say, to any music school in the world, you hear people practicing. They practice. They're making lots of noise, and they act fast. They are the kind of, because there's like, you have 20 minutes. They have to learn this concerto. Because we have the exam. Yeah, of course. Sometimes there are stressful situations, but it's not ideal, right? If you look at the how we're practicing, those big guys, they were really with their violins, with the pianos, wherever instrument, they were really a lot of time. They were spending a lot of time and kind of nurturing, and then also practicing in silence, which means that hearing things, like you can imagine something, a sound, and you make a sound, and then you kind of compare something that was imagined to this what you get, and you say, okay, don't like it, I like it do this way, or like it this way. So in a way, it's a way of discovering what you like or what you don't like, and that's why it's so important to have this culture, of sound around you, because we are imitating sound around us. Anyway, this is something also another topic. So thank you for watching. Be well and safe. And Nadia, I hope you're listening to those videos and getting something out of it, and also my friends and colleagues. And so be well and safe. All the best. Good luck.